Hey guys, what's going on? This is Crusade, and welcome back to another episode of GregTech New Horizons. It has been a minute since I have played on the pack. Actually, it's a lie. I was literally just playing yesterday. I just wanted to take a small break from making a little bit of videos, just trying to recollect everything, and pretty much just reset. So obviously I didn't reset the world. That's not what I'm talking about. It just meant IRL. So let's talk about what we're going to do today. So this setup over here is fantastic for starting, except there's a couple flaws. First things first, our macerator, we don't get the full output here. So now if this was a steam grinder, I believe we get the full output of these, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we do get some of the additional outputs. We don't get that on the regular macerator, but we'll get it on the steam grinder. So we're going to need to make a multi-block for that. But there's also some other issues that we're having. So first things first, the water tank is, it's holding up for us. It's doing its job. I don't have any real issues with what's this setup. In fact, let me pull this out now because I think this is done. Yeah. So I don't really have real issues with our setup, but it could be better. Let's be honest. This setup over here is pretty, small, and not great. So what we're going to do is, just build a few multi-blocks today. The very first one that I want to do is actually, so first things first, I believe we wanted to do one for the sun, but we have to worry about calcification. And I don't know if this one does any better. I haven't made any wrought iron yet. I thought it was just the dust. Could be wrong. I do have 17 here. Huh, that's enough. That saves us some time. Okay. So it actually does allow us to see some things here. High pressure steam extractor. We're not going to go to high pressure yet. It's not super worth just yet. A better compressor, yeah, high pressure. Because all those things do is just make it faster. And honestly, I don't think we need it to be faster just yet. But what we do need, is some more steam capabilities. So looking in our quest book, the first thing that I want to do is get some multi-blocks up for our water. Now you're probably wondering why I wanted to do water. It's more of a visual thing for me because you can't really see it within these. I mean, besides looking at them. Actually, you know what? We might not even need to because 4 of these are going to be 1,600 buckets of water. This is 400 buckets right here. So 1,600. I think we might be fine actually. But we definitely need it for steam. And the recipe is not so, just friendly. It's kind of complicated. I did add one of the recipes here. We don't need a hammer. I don't need sticks. What is that doing here? So this is for the tank valve, and then this is for the wall. I don't need those. So each one requires 12 iron, so we're 2. So 12 for 2, 30. That's a lot of iron. There's a lot of iron, and I don't think we have nearly enough here. So I'm just going to throw that in here. So I am going to have to go mining for some more iron here. I did process as much copper as I can. In fact, I did have some stuff to process still. So I'm going to let that process. So what I did over here was I actually dug out a little bit of an area because I wanted to put the water out here. This is probably needing some light. I was going to put the water out here and then kind of just build it out. And while it is a good idea, I'm just kind of worried about that little space I got over there. And I'm going to want to use that for some farms. So I think we'll still probably go out that way. And then what we'll do is we'll make our little panel of like steam boilers because we're going to have creosote oil likely in that direction. And then we're going to build out over here and put some of our machines that we need for getting our full multi-blocks of steam up and running. Likely the tank will go in the wall over here. So we can kind of see what's going on, how much steam we have available, just to kind of keep it visible. But yeah, that's the plan at least, is to get some more multi-blocks online for us. So I'm going to be back after going and collecting some more resources, and yeah, I'll come back once we're ready to place some stuff down. Alrighty, so I have everything to place down a railcraft tank. And we're going to start off small. Oh man, didn't realize that there was a spot to spawn over here. That's fine. That's an easy fix. So the idea is that we're going to have the water tanks over here, and then ideally some steam and creosote flowing over here, and then I'd like to have a central spot just to look. So for now, the tank is going to live over here. Eventually, I would like to move it out from here. I would not like it. Well, I shouldn't say move it out from here, but expand it out from here. I do want to make a max size tank. So what we're going to do is just go underneath, create a little bit of space here for somewhere for that to go out. And that will go there. And we should have enough. I would like to get another side piece here. I think we were just waiting for some iron. What am I doing that? I have a hammer. Oh man, not getting some coal, guys. But if we do, just for somewhere to come in under. And what I'd like to do, actually, no, we're fine. You can put steam on the side if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So I'm going to put the valve there so that way we can just move that from over there. Oh, and I need to worry about food. I'll be back once I get some steam up and running again. Alrighty, so I did end up placing a bit more down. So I did get our little boilers set up for now, right over here. This is possibly enough water for these two. I mean, it should, because we did have enough water when we were over there supplying to. Oops, I want you to keep going. Do I have any coal coke? As you can see, we are stacking up steam, which is pretty good. So the idea is for this age and possibly the transition into LV is that the steam room is going to be this room over here, and then we'll just build out that way for LV and just build turbines. So basically this side, if I turn on the chunk borders, so anything on this side of things are going to be power generation, and then machines and multi-blocks for the actual ages will be on this side. I did line up these sides of things to make sure that it all looks good, but I think having the multi-block over here will be mostly fine. So now comes the time to plan what we're going to do next. I am going to let this just start running and get more steam in there. Hopefully we can fill it up. And then this area over here is actually going to all be this tank at some point. I'll build up when I need it. But I want to make this entire area the tank. So that way we're getting quite a bit of storage, nice buffer, so we can always just keep that going. In fact, we did have some coal coke. This brick blast furnace is going to get moved as well. We're going to throw that into a wall as well, because we need to make sure that is constantly going. So I don't know if I noted earlier in the episode, but we did config change. We do now have pollution turned off. I did some research for my first run. I think it's just best to have it off. And the reason being is that it's just one more thing that is going to slow me down in progressing in this pack. And you don't really get any benefits out of it, at least to my knowledge. But yeah, so these are all going to move. We're going to basically create like a row of machines. So there will be a central steam pipe that comes up, and then we'll have these alternating back and forth, so that way we can get them to all work next to each other. And then what we'll do is we'll have another main steam pipe coming out underneath, and we'll have it just basically under some glass covers. So if I'm not mistaken, you can multi-part with these. So it'll keep it nice and tidy, and we can see where our cables are running, so we're not running them completely underground. I know Applied Energistics is super far away. I did, however, look at logistics pipes as a short-term solution. And the circuits actually aren't too bad. And I say too bad because, like, you got nether quartz plates and then redstone chipset, which is made of some lenses and a laser engraver, and we can get those as low as LV. So it might be a solution early game for us. But you know, I got to do a little bit more research to make sure that's the route that we want to go, because these are the pipes that we're going to have to make. We need basic logistics pipes and unrouted transport pipes. So the way that these work is that you want to place these at intersection, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think you need any other ones. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are the ones that get put in the middle of intersections. It's been quite a while since I've made a logistics network, but I think for early game storage, I'm fine going down that route because it will greatly make our lives easier. Where if we look at controller, oh, I see it. It's right here, right? Oh, I mean controller. You need titanium plates and HV circuits, which is all HV tier. So in here, I mean, it is 2 tiers away from LV, but you know, it'd probably be nice to have some logistics pipes going, just so we can make things a little bit simpler, start some storage, and then the nice thing is that what we can do is just straight up just route everything out to Applied Energistics system. You can actually interface with them with the storage system on there. So it would kind of be a good thing to do early on, because you can say like throw like barrels on there and then have that as a primary storage, and then the ME network places items back into the logistics pipe network. So you can interface with each other. It's just a little bit difficult. But yeah, I'm gonna grab some more materials so that we can get some multi-blocks built, and I'll be back. Okay, so I did end up placing down some machines. I just placed some glass here so I don't run into it accidentally. I am going to cover and clean this up a little bit. And I am planning on actually renovating the base a bit and, placing some stuff down. I just placed mushrooms down. I wanted to see if they would spread a little bit. It looks like they did. Only placed 2, so... Yeah, so right now I got some iron cooking up. We've got quite a bit of iron to process, and I want to get that built out so this tank can expand. And the reason why I wanted this tank to expand is because once we do get to solar panel or solar power, I want to see if I can nix both of these until we get an actual what do you call it, a creosote farm up and running. So it's going to be quite a bit since or before that happens, because I do need to get into making a tree farm, which will be pretty useful besides just the wood for that, because I do need quite a bit of wood. But yeah, so I think this setup is working out pretty well. The way that I have it running is that it's technically 4 blocks in depth. Well, 5 if you count the chest. So the central pipe in the back here, which will get upgraded, feeds these pipes, which then go into the machines. And then we leave the backs open so that way we can stagger them. And then there's a clear area for the steam to pipe out, and you can still see the front of the machine, see what they are and all that. This macerator is doing a lot of work right now. I do plan on getting the multi-block up and running, because that is actually going to be the next machine that we build. Where is the multi-block? Multi-block goals. Is it in here? Am I going crazy? Oh no, you know what? It's in the other tier. It's in Steam. But this one. Multi-block revolution, and then I believe it's in mass producing. That's right. The steamy mincer is the next one that I want to do, because this is a lot more efficient from my understanding. Can only process recipes up to LV tier. And speaking of LV tier, I was looking at the logistics pipes again, and I remember saying that we were going to start it. I think it is still possible, because it's technically LV tier recipes, including, yeah, the basic logistic pipes are LV tier, the unrouteds are LV tier, requests are LV tier, so everything is pretty much LV tier, which is very nice. So I think for our sake, we will go down logistics pipes start for this run. I really love watching logistics pipes. I know they are a little bit laggy, but we are doing more than fine on TPS. Like, I don't think it's going to be really that much of an issue. We're at 2.57 milliseconds, so yeah, I don't see it being an issue. Yeah, so let me get some materials up for the mincer or macerator. I keep saying mincer now. And what we'll do is probably tab it in about 1 or 2 blocks. So like this will be a pathway. Well, I want a 3-wide pathway on the edges of the chunks. So I think that's gonna be kind of how we like break up the borders of chunks. Is that it'll just be. Actually, you know what? We could do 2 blocks on each, because then that will do is it'll intentionally push stuff in, and we don't have to really worry about it too much. This is just going to be the exception. But yeah, so that's going to be kind of how we lay things out. And we do need to kind of figure out what block we want to build with, because long term, building with just stone, like, it's boring, and it doesn't really look too great. So we do have chisel available to us. I hear a creeper. It's outside. Speaking of which, I did have a blood moon phase the other night. That scared me for a little bit. We do have some nice cobble blocks, so like I'm not too Oh, mobs can't spawn on any of these, which is nice. I'm not too against like building out with stuff like this. So if we turn the chunk on again, and it'll just be 2 on the borders, like stuff like that. I don't know if I like that. So this is the hard part of like figuring out what you want to build with, because like I could easily go fantasy blocks because we do have some gold available. Oh, can I not just make that into nuggets? I need a saw. Where's the saw? Saw. Oops. Am I going crazy here? Nuggets. Oh, there we go. I think I need to smelt some stone. And I'm back with those bricks, and you know, like I feel like that's going to give us a little bit more option because it's not plain just bricks. Like there is some nice things on here, like the fantasy brick itself. I don't like that pattern. Let's see. It's pretty much just finding like what we think looks best. I kind of wish it had the pattern continue on the top there. Do we have marble? Whoops. Let me do that. Marble. Oh, we do have marble. Do we have any? Aha, there's quarried stone. Not sure if that's going to allow us to get marble. There's chisel marble. I know this is pretty much how my vanilla base is right now, but I do like this aesthetic. I love this marbled brick. Yeah, so like we could use that on the inside to keep things like nice and light. Yeah, I think that's going to be kind of the route that we go. And then, so that will be on the inside. So let's do this. We'll just go up that way. And then we need this. We could do gold on it. It'll look probably pretty cool. Though most of these don't really have a great top texture. Sorry about that. My window's open, so get some fresh air in here. Let's try, like, it's a hard decision, man. It really is. I could try this, see if this looks good. I feel like we need like some type of design. So what if we did, I think this is what I'm doing at the other base. Is like I have these running along the sides. Except they're in blocks of 3. And then we could probably throw like, whoops, just that. Yeah, I think that'll be kind of the way to go. And then the rule would be anything facing north gets to one side, and then, yeah, I think that would probably be a great way to go about it. It's such a hard thing to decide this early on. Yeah, I think this aesthetic looks pretty nice. Should be more stone available. Yeah, we got quite a bit now. Dang it. Dang it. Alright, let's move that. Before I start placing down more. Let's grab that. And then we got that. Yeah, I think that's going to be it right there. Yeah, that's it right there. Keep things nice and bright for us. For Steam tier, I think that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna go around and start to place some of this out. Although we do need quite a bit of marble now. I don't think we have any more. Oh, we have a bunch of stone in here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick up some more marble, but I don't think this is a really bad solution. I think it looks pretty nice. Alrighty, so I have been, playing the game for a couple hours now. Haven't built any other machines yet, but you see some materials here. Let's look. Oh, yeah, we got some stuff going in here, so almost done with the bread and oops. Wrong one. This one. We are completing the hunger axe. I've been working on it all day because I've been so fed up with just going and getting food every few seconds. So, it's happening. So that's actually the last piece of salt that I should need, and it should be the last piece of food I ever need to create. Hopefully. Just need to grab a bucket of water real quick. Being able to have like the hang glider in here is actually kind of so nice. Okay, and we just do this. Cool. And we just need to make some dough now. So you go back over here. And I can just do this. Oops. Did the last one not craft? No. Okay. Almost there. I'm getting excited for this because this is going to be a pretty big milestone. It's a little bit too much. Okay. So now we got 24, so that's going to be 12. And we should have 8 pieces in here, so we just need to cook this up real quick. Just for context of how long this took today, I started playing around, let's see. I started around 10 o'clock this morning. It's currently 6. So it's been playing this game like a 9 to 5, essentially. Just kidding. Not that long, but it's been a long time. So yeah, we're just gonna wait for that bread to smelt up now. And then once it's ready, we can just toss it back in. And we can turn that quest in. But yeah, as this pack has been going through and like I'm starting to hit different milestones within the pack, I really am quite enjoying it more and more because like when you hit like a milestone, it's extremely satisfying. So like when I got this up and running, I was basically like, nice, like we got steel that can make us like some progression. Like every milestone in this pack feels like a very big like leap, which is very, very nice. Oh look, I need food. Not for long. We only need a couple pieces here. Luckily this is going pretty quick. And we have a bunch of steam still going here. I don't think I need all that salt now, so I'm just going to pull that out of there. Yeah, a lot of ores that start smelting up, but I think the 2 big machines that we're going to make next is the macerator and probably the what do you call it? The centrifuge, because I want to be able to start to separate ores out, I believe. I think I can do it at the low level, or at a low level. I'm not sure 100%. Centrifuges is like one of the biggest things that you want to get up online early game, for my knowledge, is because of the fact that you get a lot of resources out from it. So like there's a thermal centrifuge, regular centrifuge. So this one's got a thermal centrifuge. But if we look at like garnet sand, like you get red garnet, ground, then you throw it into ore washer plant or macerator again, and then you centrifuge it and you get the extra. So stuff like that, like magnetite, for example, macerator, And then that goes into another macerator or an ore washing plant. And it looks like the ore washing plant just gives you like better odds overall. Is that what I'm taking away? So chemical bath, so you can go 2 routes. So you can go thermal centrifuge route, and then it gives you those products, or you could go macerator route within centrifuge and an electromagnetic separator. So that's kind of how you're going through, is like each one, it's like you're kind of following a path to figure out what you're going to do. So I think like with this, like getting a centrifuge up and running would be pretty substantial for us. So if we use that on centrifuge, so you need ULV for this. So I don't think we're gonna have that as LV. But what if you wash it? Does that change it? An electrolyzer. I mean, yeah, there's different recipes, and you gotta just look through them. But that's kind of the biggest thing, is getting centrifuging up, thermal centrifuge, an electrolytic separator, because that will allow us to break down ores a little bit further. I will say though, the biggest thing that I could provide as a tip for getting the hunger axe completed is to make sure that you just have soybeans, because if you have soybeans, you can make tofu. And the tofu could be used for a lot of the recipes in a place of where like meat is typically used. So it will save you a little bit of time of like trying to find like mobs and stuff to kill. But yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, it saved me a lot of time because you just let it grow and then you just right click it and you get a bunch right away. Like you're getting like 2 to 3 worth right away. Now, the only thing is, now that we are going to have the hunger axe, what are we going to do with these 2 chests? And I've been kind of thinking about like what you can do later with it. Can use them for plant balls. You can use them for filled tin cans. We can use them for biomass, and that's kind of something that sparked my eye a little bit, is that biomass is in the game. And the reason why I say that is because you can actually use that to generate power and some fuel, if I'm not mistaken. So it is technically a way that you can go. Yeah, a boiler. You can throw it into a boiler and it'll create some steam, it looks like. But yeah, there's semi-fluid generator fuels. So biomass gives you 16,000 for bucket. I mean, it could be a route that we look at it, but I think the biggest thing that we definitely need is multiple forms of power generation. And with that, we now have the healing axe. Oh man, look at that. No more food. Oh, that's such a great feeling. So now that that's done, what next? Oh yeah, multi-blocks. And one thing I just discovered is that you can actually place the healing axe in your offhand, and it actually continues to heal your hunger up while you're while just sitting in that slot. So it looks like I don't even need to really worry about it going forward. It's so nice. I can just fly around. I don't gotta worry about healing. Oh, I didn't fall far enough. Let's just take the piston boots off real quick. So let's emulate flying. Oops, am I just not gonna take damage? Oh, I need the boots now. Oh, the step assist. You don't realize how big the little things are in this pack. Just step assist. It makes me feel like I have the modular power suit again, but it's the super stone tier version of it. But yeah, so what I am going to do is I am going to grab everything to make our steam macerator, and then once we get that going, we'll come back. Alrighty, so it is about that time. We are going to finish up this machine finally. And let's see. Shut down due to... Oh. Hit with soft mallet to restart the machine if it doesn't start. I need a soft mallet. I still have some more bronze going because we do not have enough. Soft mallet. Alright, let's see here. Whoops. Aha! Okay. So this can hold 64 buckets of steam, which we're going to pull from here. As you can see, I'm working on expanding this buffer. I know super tanks exist. It's this here. I prefer having this large tank. I think it looks cool, and it's just iron and plates. This super tank is circuits, which I don't have yet. So I need to go through an assembling machine and all that, or assembler. Vanilla machine card, something like that. I have to look at the recipe still, but I just prefer not going down this route just yet. Oh, like resistor, vacuum tube, which you need to make with this recipe, which is fine copper wire, glass tube, red alloy bolt, and you gotta make a red alloy rod. Yeah, there's a bunch of steps in this one, so it's gonna be kind of a take it as we go. But oh, this steam's running very low here. It is on the cusp of getting us over. Let's see here. If we get some coal, I think we could speed that up a little bit. Just get some steam back in there. It's honestly what I've been doing, and why I want a bigger buffer is because of the fact that this is just not efficient. And my solar setup outside needs to expand a bit, but I want to have some better ore processing here going on first before we do that. Because the first two things I'm going to make is the steam macerator, which is the grinder here. And then we're also going to make next, not multi-block, mass processing. Steam oven, that's right. That's going to be the next block that we're, or the multi-block that we're going to make. So we need 2 recipes of this. And it's just a high pressure steam furnace with some steel firebox casings, high pressure boiler tanks, which is steel casings and steel screws. So we need a bunch of steel to get that up and running. And luckily I have been going through and making sure we've been dropping in there. I don't think we have enough right now. Yeah, no. Yeah, we need a little bit more. It's been quite sparing that we've been doing this. Actually, you know what? I think I have a bunch of macerated coal somewhere. Yes. This stuff here. We're going to throw that in here. We can do this, I believe. Or do you need clean dust? I think you need clean dust, maybe. Oh, come on. So close. All right, let's take this, throw that in here. No. Okay. So you have to be coal coke. Interesting. Okay. Well, that changes things a little bit. I shouldn't say that, but that's going to be a multi-block I'm going to be working towards off camera. I don't think this is going to be for this episode, but we got everything built. So it's just a matter of hooking up the steam, which I'm currently working on and struggling with the steam. So it should be slowly climbing now. Yeah. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching this episode. Oh, and I know you guys are yelling at me for this tank I said about earlier with the super tanks. I know this is not really the most resourceful thing in the world, but like trust me, there's resources everywhere in this world, and sure, it's not time efficient. I don't care about time efficiency. I just want to have fun. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching this episode, and we did have a comment. Alrighty, so Fluffy Razor said, just a heads up, I think that thing generates water makes more if it's fully outside. Oh, the thing that makes water generates more if it's outside. Yes, but I believe it has to be 3 blocks of the total top 4 to hit max speed, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that is something that I did expand on. So this is all new. There's a lot of stuff that you guys haven't like seen that I've been working on off camera. So like we got the Hunger Axe in this episode, which was a lot of work off camera. Not 2 weeks worth. I just took a break from playing for like a week just to kind of mental reset. But yeah, I added 2 steam boilers out here, so these things are going. I do want to add more, obviously, to get more steam going through here. We're not even close to maxing out this thing here. So we can have, I believe, 12 of them to stay at 120 liters per second. And then once we hit the max on that, then we should be able to just place more down and let them calcify over time instead of having to reset them. I mean, just resetting them is super easy. It's not the hardest thing in the world, but just a matter of preference. It is more resources in the end. So, I mean, I guess there's that perspective. But yeah, so I want to thank you guys for watching this episode. I know uploads have not been great in the last week or so. It's something I've been very busy with. Mentioned some IRL stuff that has been going on. Thankfully, they're calming down a little bit. I am going to see some rugby this weekend, so I don't think I'll have an episode out before Saturday this week, but should be hopefully another episode soon. And, you know, live streams here and there. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later, and make sure you hit that sub button. All right, bye.